Small businesses, it helps keep your neighbors employed, helps kids save for college, and strengthens your community. And Town Square Media South Jersey puts local businesses in the spotlight. Seashore Gardens Living Center, Galloway, enriching elder lives in South Jersey for more than a century. Online at seashoregardens.org. Filling Marble and Tile Outlet, Philadelphia Avenue and Route 30 at Egg Harbor City, fillingmarble.com. Piccadilly Inn on Route 206 in Chemung, home of South Jersey's best wings. Absecon Veterinary Hospital, open 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. and at abseconvet.com. McAllister, the service company, for all your cooling and heating needs. Call 800-757-4122 or visit mcservice.com. Perfect Basement. Schedule a free inspection at perfectbasement.com. First Bank of Sea Isle City, Cape May County's community bank. Thank you for supporting your local businesses from Town Square Media, South Jersey.
South Jersey's play-by-play home for the Eagles,
touchdown!
Sixers,
oh yeah,
and Flyers.
He scored!
97.3 ESPN, WENJ, WENJ HD Millville, Atlantic City, a Town Square Media station. This is Game Night with Josh Hennig on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app. Now, live from the Matt Black Kia Studios.
Oh, what a move!
Here's Josh Hennig.
Well, it's certainly been an interesting day in the sports world. Got some interesting trolling going on out there. Phillies are losing right now 4-2 midway through their game with the Rangers this afternoon, plus some NBA news that impacts the 76ers. We'll get to all that and more. Don't forget the Stanley Cup Finals tonight here on 97.3 ESPN FM. Plus, I have more 4-packs for you to go see the Atlantic City Seafood and Music Festival this weekend at Atlantic City's Bader Field. Yeah, it's lousy weather today, but it's supposed to clear up for the weekend. So if you don't have any plans, I got your plans for you. I got 4 packs of tickets to go see the Atlantic City Seafood and Music Festival. So you can qualify for that by DMing us through the 97.3 ESPN mobile app powered by First Bank of Seattle City or texting in at 609-403-0973. Just leave your name and your email address and you will be qualified for the 4 packs of tickets, which we'll pick the winner after the show. Today's show, Weinberg Wednesday, Dave Weinberg will join us coming up in about 18 minutes from now to get more into, I haven't talked to Dave on the air since the Eagles added Jaquaski Tart. So we'll get into that with him. Plus, one of the Eagles beat reporters put out a very controversial tweet the internet's losing their mind about. So we'll ask Dave about that and more coming up a little bit later in the show. Of course, you can join the conversation on the Phillies losing 4-2 right now, or on the Eagles on the Stanley Cup Finals Game 4 tonight at 7:30 p.m. is the coverage here on 97.3 ESPN FM. All that and more. Text board is open. 609-403-0973 is the text board, or you can DM the show through the 97.3 ESPN mobile app powered by First Bank of Sea Isle City. But I got to get to the NBA news first, because this just came down a few minutes ago. Adrian Wojnarowski of ESPN is reporting that a guy that was rumored to be possibly someone the 76ers could target is now unavailable to them. Jeremy Grant has been traded to the Portland Trail Blazers for a 2025 first-round pick via Milwaukee. Now, this 2025 first-round pick via Milwaukee is protected 1 through 4. According to sources telling ESPN, Detroit sends Grant into a $21 million trade exception, and the Pistons now have $43 million in salary cap space for free agency. So a couple things there. One, to me, Grant was one of the best options for the 76ers if they were going to acquire somebody, because for me, this Sixers team needs length and athleticism. I am very uninterested in if the 76ers go out there and get another guard, Eric Gordon, for example, okay? The Sixers get Eric Gordon if he's taking time away from, let's say, Shake Milton or Furkan Korkmaz, I'm okay with it, but not as a addition to the current lineup of players. So I am uninterested in that scenario. What I am interested in is getting some better athletes on the perimeter. You look at the teams who got beyond the 76ers last year in the postseason. Boston and Miami. What do they both have in common? They both have long athletes on the perimeter. They have guys who are not just complements to Joel Embiid. They have complements up and down the roster in terms of depth. And I felt that Jeremy Grant would have been a great addition for this team. Now, it appears that with Grant going to Portland, it actually fulfills two things. One, Grant wanting to be still a number 2 type option in this league. Obviously, Lillard would be 1, and a combination of Grant and a couple of other guys in Portland would be 2. The other thing it does for Detroit, I thought was interesting that Woj brought up, it's a $43 million in salary cap space. Basically, that's a good sign that someone's going to get outbid by Detroit on a free agent for someone they're going to pay for. That's what it says to me. But the bigger deal is Jeremy Grant going to Portland. Big deal for Portland. It's a big pickup. I think Grant makes sense for what they're trying to do out there. They're trying to reshape the team around their star player, Damian Lillard. And for the Sixers, it's another guy off the board. Now, a couple of news items that came down, in the last, 24 hours, basically. So one of the things out there is that there's multiple reports the Sixers, they're not shopping Danny Green, Matisse Thybulle, and the 23rd overall pick to gain access to the non-taxpayer mid-level exception. That they're not trying to just salary dump guys to make room for other players. So that's the one thing we've learned today. So that in and of itself is a very good situation. It shows you the Sixers are not just being irrational about, making room on their roster. The other thing that came out is that according to Mark Stein, NBA insider, that with PJ Tucker leaving Miami, it looks like Philadelphia is regarded by far, according to Stein's report, to be the favorite to sign him away. And the reports are out there that it would be a 3-year, $30 million contract with Philadelphia would be interested in offering for him. So to some people, they'd be like, look, it's a lot of money to give a guy who doesn't score a lot of points. But how many times did we hear the Sixers say, we need more toughness. We got to get tougher. We didn't play tough enough. Well, PJ Tucker is the embodiment of toughness. The only other guy like him in the league who may even be remotely available is Pat Bev over there in Minnesota. And I actually don't know what his availability is or isn't with Minnesota right now, because I don't know what they think of him long term. But what I do know is that if you're serious about getting tough, then you need a guy like PJ Tucker. So if they're offering him a 3-year, $30 million contract, I don't hate it. I don't think it's a bad idea. Maybe this information is being leaked out there because they're trying to manipulate the market for TJ Tucker so people don't bid on him like a team like Detroit. Detroit's going to have a lot of money to spend. They're going to spend it all. They got to spend it on somebody. So, I don't think that 3 years, $30 million though is that bad of a move though, because of who PJ Tucker is. He's an NBA champion. He's a high level role player in this league, and high level role players are probably getting somewhere between 7 and 12 million in today's NBA. So, couple of Sixers items moving about. Personally, I'd be very happy to get PJ Tucker. I think he makes a lot of sense. I think the Sixers lost something in the absence of Mike Scott, and in terms of having that, I don't want to call it an enforcer per se, because it's not hockey, but you need that guy who is going to step in when other teams' players get too physical or too brash with your star player. So you have a situation like Joel Embiid, maybe a team like Miami gets too physical with him, or a guy like James Harden, where a team like Boston maybe gets too physical with him on the perimeter. A guy like PJ Tucker goes out there, sets a hard pick, maybe gets in somebody's face, maybe absorbs a technical foul to take attention away from the star player. That's the value of someone like that. I felt that that's what Dwight Howard did for this team at times. He drew attention away from Joel Embiid onto himself. So guys like that, I think, have a lot of value. And of course, PJ Tucker, like I said, he's a guy who won an NBA championship. So he brings that pedigree to the team as well. I'm less interested in these Eric Gordon rumors for the Sixers because I'm only interested in Eric Gordon if you're trading one player to replace another. I don't want to see you trade the 23rd overall pick and Danny Green, let's say, his expiring contract, to Houston for Eric Gordon. Because to me, you don't actually solve your problems. You're just absorbing a big contract on a guy that shoots threes and may not be available for you every night. So I'm laughing a little bit because I just saw that Matt Moore is warming up in the bullpen for the Texas Rangers, former Philly extraordinaire. I obviously say that tongue in cheek. So, I look at Eric Gordon. I just don't think that unless he's replacing somebody else, he makes a lot of sense for your basketball team. You need athleticism. You need length. You need guys who can rebound. The Sixers were the worst rebound, one of the worst rebounding teams in the NBA this past season. Eric Gordon doesn't solve that. Sixers defense was very poor at times this past postseason. Eric Gordon doesn't solve that. But if you're telling me that you're trading Furkan Korkmaz in the 23rd overall pick for Eric Gordon, I feel a little better about it. I prefer you to trade a second-round pick for Eric Gordon, but it looks like, according to report, that Houston's not going to take a very cheap deal to give him up. So, look, I think at the end of the day, we got to wait and see what Daryl Morey actually does. But missing out on Jeremy Grant and the prospect of landing Eric Gordon don't excite me very much. They get me frustrated. I don't even know what's more frustrating. In fact, the Phillies are losing 4-2, and John Gray is on the mound, for goodness sake. Or the fact that the Sixers might give up a solid draft pick for a guy like Eric Gordon. Now, if you land someone like Harrison Barnes for the 23rd overall pick, I feel a little better because Barnes at least is going to give you some rebounding, some assists, and some defense. Either way, you're not going to get a premier player like a Bradley Beal or someone like that this offseason for the Sixers, but I would like to see them, add some depth, add some physicality, add some length, add some bigger bodies out there to, build around Joel Embiid and James Harden and Tyrese Maxey. Josh Hennig here on Game Night on 97.3 ESPN FM and 97.3 ESPN mobile app, powered by First Bank of Seattle City. Of course, you can join the conversation by texting in at 609-403-0973, or you can DM the show through the 97.3 ESPN mobile app, powered by First Bank of Seattle City. Also, don't forget, you have an opportunity to win tickets to go to this weekend's Atlantic City Seafood and Music Festival. That's this Saturday and Sunday. You can pick whether you want the Saturday or Sunday tickets if you are a winner, but in order to qualify, you must DM the show through the 97.3 ESPN mobile app, which is free, thanks to First Bank of Seattle City, or text in at 609-403-0973 your name and your email address. And if you're a winner, we'll contact you after the show, and we will email you a 4-pack of tickets to go see the Atlantic City Seafood and Music Festival this weekend at Atlantic City's Bader Field. Also, Stanley Cup Finals Game 4 Sunday coverage begins at 7:30 here on 97.3 ESPN FM. So we'll get my thoughts on that game, as well as some thoughts on the Eagles as well. Extra Points columnist over at 97.3 ESPN.com, Dave Weinberg, joining us for another edition of Weinberg Wednesday today. I'm Josh Hennig. This is Game Night, and you're listening to 97.3 ESPN FM. Glad to have you guys on board the show. Thanks for listening to us wherever you're listening, whether it's on the 97.3 ESPN mobile app or you're listening to us on 97.3 ESPN FM. Glad to have you guys on board the show today.
The Boston Celtics select
Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart. The Golden State Warriors select Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, Stephen Curry from Davidson College.
It all started at the NBA Draft. The 2022 NBA Draft. Coverage begins tomorrow at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio.
Listen to the NBA Draft exclusively on 97.3 ESPN FM.
We're Town Square Media, and along with the awesome radio station you're listening to right now, we're publishers of best-in-class national entertainment brands like Taste of Country, Pop Crush, and more. And when combined with our local brands, we can reach over 70% of consumers in our community. At Town Square, all this digital clout puts us in a unique position to help local businesses grow with powerful marketing solutions. In addition to local radio, we're experts at web design and SEO, plus targetable advertising solutions like streaming TV, addressable geofencing, YouTube, Snapchat, Facebook, Spotify, search engine marketing, and so much more. That may sound like a lot of buzzwords, but really all that matters is we can deliver a relevant and ideal target audience to your business with data-informed decisions. No guessing, no waste, and you gain a trusted marketing partner with Town Square Media.
Take your business to the next level. Call our Director of Sales, Jim McLean, today at 609-910-5247.
With GMF financing, approved credit excludes Corvette and prior sales.
There's big news just announced from Bennett Chevy in Egg Harbor Township. Bennett's got huge savings on every new Chevy in stock. And right now, this is huge. Bennett's paying a record-breaking minimum $10,000 for any trade, running or not. That's at least $10,000 towards any pre-owned vehicle in stock. And we're loaded with them, so we're having a pre-owned liquidation. Hurry in for a minimum $10,000 for even the worst trade. And just think how much more you'll get for a good quality trade. As for new Chevys, unlike other dealers, Bennett's not selling over a factory sticker. Plus, there's 0% available financing. Stuck in a lease? We can get you out early, any make, any model, and we'll buy your vehicle even if you don't buy one of ours. Stop in for a quick quote. Never any pressure, never any obligation, because our non-commissioned sales staff is paid on your satisfaction, not how much you spend. So come on and find new roads at Bennett Chevrolet, Egg Harbor Township, and BennettChevy.com.
Hey, Dad? Cool if I change this?
They may not get each other's music, but they can both get a COVID-19 booster shot. Because the CDC recommends booster shots for people 12 years and older after completion of a primary series. Schedule an appointment as soon as you are eligible. Sponsored by BioNTech and Pfizer.
97.3 ESPN and TracFone Wireless want to share ideas with you for enjoying the great outdoors in South Jersey. Here are some popular outdoor ideas this spring. How about taking a walk on the Ocean City, Atlantic City, or Wildwood boardwalks? Or check out the perfect place to watch a sunset. How about the Point in Longport or the Cove in Brigantine? Brought to you by TracFone Wireless. Now you're in control.
In the past, the conversation around personal mental health has been virtually non-existent. Fortunately, people everywhere are opening up to the idea that talking about our emotions and experiences isn't something to be ashamed of. But even though the narrative is changing, we still live in a world where finding support can be difficult. We knew there had to be a better way to help people take care of themselves and to take the mystery and stigma out of therapy. That's where BetterHelp began. I'm Danny, co-founder of BetterHelp Online Therapy. Our mission is simple. Find a way to make professional therapy accessible, affordable, and convenient for everyone. With BetterHelp, you can connect to a therapist by phone, video call, or even text message. You can contact your therapist when it's convenient for you. And if your therapist isn't the right fit, you can switch anytime because BetterHelp is designed with you in mind. See why over 2 million members have trusted BetterHelp for online therapy. Go to betterhelp.com/personalbest and get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/personalbest.
My friend and I are taking a trip to Mexico this year, but neither of us speak Spanish. So we downloaded Babbel and started learning Spanish fast.
Want to get conversational in another language in as little as 3 weeks? Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons were designed by language experts to be the most efficient and effective way to learn a new language.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
No matter the make, no matter the mileage, no matter what you owe, Matt Blatt Kia wants your vehicle today. We need to replenish our inventory, so we need your vehicle, no matter the situation. Even if you're stuck in a loan or a lease, Matt Blatt Kia wants to get you released. Get cash for your car today, even if you don't buy a car from us. But why wouldn't you buy a new vehicle? Because if you have a job and clear $350 per week, Matt Blatt Kia wants to approve you today with 0 down and 0 payments for 90 days on any brand new Kia or pre-owned vehicle in stock. And don't forget, you can't make a mistake with our 4-day love it or leave it return policy.
It's gotta be a Matt Blatt Kia.
On approved credit plus applicable taxes and fees. See dealer for details. Not all will qualify. Deferred payment through TFCU. Interest accrues from date of sale. Offers don't combine. Go to mattblattkianj.com for complete details. Expires 6/30/22. Matt Blatt Kia, 6211 Black Horse Pike, Egg Harbor Township, and now on Route 37 in Toms River.
You're listening to Game Night with Josh Hennig on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
Don't forget, you have a chance to win a 4-pack of tickets to go see Atlantic City Seafood and Music Festival at Atlantic City's Bader Field this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. All the festivities start at 11 a.m. this weekend. So text in your name and your email address. Text board is open at 609-403-0973, or you can DM the show to the 97.3 ESPN mobile app powered by First Bank of Seattle City for your chance to win a 4-pack of tickets to this weekend's Atlantic City Seafood and Music Festival at Atlantic City's Bader Field. And of course, we will get in contact with the winners after the show. So did that last night, had 2 winners last night. It was John as well as Eric. They were the 2 winners last night. So you could be a winner tonight as well for a 4-pack of tickets for this weekend's Atlantic City Seafood and Music Festival. Right now, as we do every Wednesday, it is a Weinberg Wednesday. Dave Weinberg joins us here on 97.3 ESPN and talk about, well, a plethora of things. Dave, how you doing today?
Hanging in there, Josh. As I probably told you, I had a medical procedure done today, and but feeling a little sore, but other than that, I'm okay.
Well, I'm glad you're here with us. I'm glad you chose to not be like the modern athlete and, find an excuse not to do something you said you would do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've taken one for the team.
Appreciate it. So since last time we talked, the Eagles signed a safety. They signed Jaquaski Tart. This guy started on a team that went to the Super Bowl, and he brings some veteran depth to the team.
Yeah. I mean, it helps definitely. Like we've talked about, in the past weeks, we always regarded safety as being one of their weak spots. I guess they've upgraded a lot of other positions, and the fact that they added a safety into the mix, that makes them that much more stronger, I think.
Do you think that was like the one move they had to make before training camp?
I know it sounds stupid, but I think I would have added a punter too. I just don't get why they haven't done that. But yeah, I mean, safety was one of the 2 positions I think they really needed to upgrade by the time training camp. So I guess you can always add a punter as you go, bring in just to give the guys some competition, because I need to have a very good second half of the year, that's for sure. But yeah, I think it's a very good move for them. Like I said, they've upgraded several other positions, and now they've added another safety to the mix. That's a good thing.
Would you like to see Tart start this year for the Eagles, or are you giving a wait and see attitude to see what happens in training camp?
Wait and see. I think he should probably be right up there as far as the first dibs, maybe with the first team. But they do have a lot of depth there. I mean, our Marcus Epps, I know they're pretty high on. I'm still pretty high on Kevon Wallace too. I think he deserves an opportunity. They were pretty high on him when they drafted him, and he hasn't really panned out yet. But it's a good thing though when you have some competition there. The more competition you have, the better off you're going to be.
So they've added Jaquaski Tart. They've added James Bradbury. They added the linebacker White. They've added Hassan Reddick. They drafted Jordan Davis. They drafted Nakobe Dean. So is the remake of the defense in your mind complete? Is this the defense that Jonathan Gannon needs to do what he wants to do?
I would say so. Yeah. Like we said, they they added key players at key positions that presumably fit pretty well in the Gannon scheme. So it seems like all the pieces are there for him to have a pretty sound defense. Naturally, there's question marks. I think Brandon Graham isn't getting any younger, coming off an injury. Fletcher Cox, I think had a kind of a disappointing year last year. So so there's still some question marks and some players that have to prove themselves. But on paper, at least, I think they have the makings of a pretty good unit.
Dave Weinberg joining us here on Game Night on 97.3 ESPN at Dave Weinberg 19 extra point columns over at 97.3 ESPN.com. The other Eagles thing I want to touch on with you is the crazy tweet, can I call it, from the Eagles writer Elliot Shore Parks. He puts out his Mount Rushmore of Eagles. And first of all, I don't think anybody would have cared if Sunday Night Football didn't retweet it and blast it out there, because it maybe just with a concentrated amount of people. But now the whole world's weighing in. You get guys like Emmanuel Acho saying that Nick Foles has to be on the Mount Rushmore. Other people saying that why is nobody talking about Reggie White? There's a lot of people who are very unhappy with the Mount Rushmore. So, Dave, I'll leave it open for you. I'm assuming your Mount Rushmore is very different than Andy Reid, Donovan McNabb, Howie Roseman, and Brian Dawkins.
Howie Roseman, really? Yeah, decidedly different. I mean, I could actually, I was actually thinking about putting Nick Foles on mine, but I wasn't sure what the criteria is, whether it's like an offensive player, or defensive player, coach and GM. I just went with 4 players that I think had the biggest impact and the most, I guess, iconic careers there. Donovan is certainly there. Doc is certainly there. And I went kind of way old school, even before my time, with Steve Van Buren and Chuck Bednarik. Those guys were legends, both in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. They made the Eagles franchise what it is today, and so I included those 2 guys as well.
So my 4 would be Dawkins 100%. I would have Reggie on mine because I think people forget that, Reggie was Reggie in Philadelphia first. Yeah, he won the championship with the Packers, but for an 8-year period, Reggie was like a force of nature, basically, in Philadelphia. And then I would go Bednarik, and then I would go McNabb. That way I kind of cover all the eras. I got the franchise's best quarterback. I got the franchise's best defensive player. I got the two-way legend. And then I got Reggie.
Yeah, that's a good pick. I mean, those are 4 certainly deserving guys. I mean, there's probably, I don't know, a dozen guys that you could make an argument for in terms of players and or coaches, I guess. So yeah, I have no argument with that. I mean, I just didn't pick Reggie because he seemed like he was more into going into the Hall of Fame. I think he went in as a Packer maybe, or as a Panther. I don't even remember, but maybe it was an Eagle. I don't know. But I don't know. He just kind of bounced around a little bit too much for my liking. But I mean, he certainly was a legend in Philadelphia. That's for sure.
Now, I know that Elliot put a coach on the Rushmore, Andy Reid, which I don't hate the idea, because I'm sure if you did like a Packers Mount Rushmore, Lombardi's on that Mount Rushmore. Right. So I don't hate the idea of a coach going on there. But would you ever consider Andy Reid for an Eagles, like that kind of honor? Because for me, I understand Andy was here. He's the winningest coach of all time, but it's like he won the ring with the Chiefs and Doug won the ring for the Eagles.
Yeah. I mean, you're right there. And Greasy Neal won one with the Eagles as well. So yeah, it's, yeah, I have a hard time putting Andy on there. Like you said, Doug did what no one else had ever done as far as winning a Super Bowl. Gave the franchise their, that championship, that ring, and I think he's a personal favorite of mine as well. So I would probably put him on there. But I mean, you could go Andy, you could go Dick Vermeil, you could go a number of other guys. Probably not Rich Kotite, but pretty much probably not Chip Kelly either. But actually, Ray Rhodes is my favorite all-time Eagles coach. He was just a blast to cover.
That was the other thing I was going to ask you. I'm not going to ask you for specifically 4, but are there is there like a handful of like coaches or players who you enjoyed covering the most in your 26 plus years of covering the Eagles?
Oh, wow. Well, Ray was way up there. He was just always colorful, always personable. Probably a little too intense, maybe for some people's liking, but I really enjoyed going to his press conferences and even talking with him off the field and stuff. Actually had a dinner with him one time that was pretty memorable at the Atlantic City Country Club, of all places. And so he's right there with Doug as well. Andy, I kind of had an, I don't want to say love-hate relationship, but I mean, I certainly respected him as a coach and what he did, but he would probably not be on there for me. Dick Vermeil, certainly, although I didn't get a chance to cover him much. I know a lot of people love Buddy Ryan. I was never a big fan. So he would not be there. And as far as players go, I mean, Dawkins is probably the number one choice for me, only because I got to know him as a person, as well as a player. I don't want to say we were good friends, but we were pretty kind of close as, the years went on. And I was really sad to see him go. And but I was thrilled that he came back to be inducted into the Eagles Hall of Fame and the Pro Football Hall of Fame. A lot of Ricky Waters was a lot of fun to cover too, believe it or not, just because he was so quirky. You never knew what was going to come out of his mouth, starting with the for who, for what stuff. Boy, there's so many. Mike Mamula is not on my list.
I would hope not.
Yeah. T.O. is certainly not on my list. Brian Westbrook, always a class guy, always willing to chat. Malcolm Jenkins too. Always had time for you, whether win or lose, good game, bad game. And that's kind of how I measure some guys. The guys who are willing to talk to you when things aren't going well, they win a lot of respect in my eyes. And Malcolm was certainly one of those guys as well. There's probably, like, I could go on and on, probably one every year, but those are some of the guys that I really enjoyed covering over the years.
Gotcha. A lot of great names. I was kind of thinking you might go Malcolm, because we've talked about how accessible Malcolm was before. Mm-hmm. We've had that conversation about how he was one of those guys that kind of, he wouldn't literally say it, but almost like it felt like when you saw like the post game scrums on TV, he almost had his look on his face like, all right, do you need something? Do you need something? Do you have a question?
Yeah.
Like he would kind of look around at everybody to be like making sure that everyone got taken care of.
Yeah, pure class. Zach Ertz was that way as well. Always had time for everybody. Darren Sproles was way up there for me too. I got to know him a little bit off the field. I remember running into him at a card show at the Ocean City Music Pier, and he was more interested in talking about playing golf than anything else. But
well, that's fine with you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. He immediately won bonus points for me in that category. But yeah, like I said, there's so many guys that kind of stuck with me, made impressions on me over the year. They're the guys that made my job so much fun.
Weinberg Wednesday with Dave Weinberg here on Game Night on 97.3 ESPN. Extra point columns over at 97.3 ESPN.com. Speaking of golf, that's where also I wanted to go. So
sure.
The latest in the PGA versus Live saga that's turning into a reality TV show or a soap opera or whatever you want to call it. But the PGA apparently is responding. Jay Monahan confirmed today, he's the head of the PGA Tour, that they're going to up the purses of several events to be around $20 million each. So they're going to increase the prize money for things such as the Genesis and the Arnold Palmer Invitational and stuff. And they're going to, try to, change the schedule. They're not going to have that crazy year-round schedule. We're going to have that more of a calendar-based schedule so the guys get a legitimate off season. So it seems like, at least to me, Dave, as the intermediate golf guy, talking to you, the diehard golf guy, that the PGA Tour is saying, look, we're willing to do what we can do to make things better for you guys, but we're not going to be Live Golf.
Yeah. I think it's a healthy compromise for the PGA Tour. They do need to maybe improve conditions for players a little bit, and like you said, upping the prize money is certainly a step in the right direction. I don't know that I would take. I think I would still make it in a year-round event, and if guys don't want to play in it, so be it, in February or January, or whatever. But me being a golf fan, I kind of enjoy being able to tune into a golf tournament in February when there's nothing else, going on. Seeing those guys teeing up in Hawaii or what have you, I think that's kind of cool. But yeah, I guess I guess the Live Tour kind of accomplished some things in the regard that they made the PGA sit up and take notice and realize that they needed to do more for the players. I mean, I will never watch a Live Tour event. I don't care what channel it's, if it's ever on TV or where it is. I just have no interest in that clown show. I just don't.
When you say it's a clown show, is it like the thing that bothers me about Live the most? And I know to some people they're going to look at me cross-eyed, but I don't like the idea that everyone makes money.
Right.
Like, to me, I don't like because the individual sports are way different than team sports. There shouldn't be participation trophies for individual sports.
Well, what do you think of MMA? Everybody makes money there, right?
Well, I mean, but the winner makes more money, and that's a one-on-one situation. Golf is
though, right?
Well, golf is not always match play.
True. But I mean, whoever wins the tournament gets the most money, don't they?
Right.
And that's the Live thing. I don't know.
Well,
but I'm with you. I don't like it either. I don't like the round robin thing. I don't like the the starts on different holes, the shotgun starts, the no cuts. That's a circus to me. I have no interest in that. If they're just playing an exhibition basically for a lot of money.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the format. That's my biggest problem.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you there. Yep, definitely.
The money stuff and all the other things. I think that stuff is a little overhyped at this point. I mean, let's be realistic. If people really cared about where the Saudi money went, they wouldn't watch Premier League soccer. Okay.
True.
I mean, people wouldn't watch Formula One racing. There's a lot of Saudi money in those things. So that part doesn't bother me so much. What bothers me is that golf, like tennis or like any of these, you mentioned MMA, it's about separating, the average from the good from the great. And there's tiers to these things. And when you remove the tiers, to me, it removes the competition.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Yeah, you should be rewarded for, being the best in the sport on a given week or given weekend. Yeah, it's not. You shouldn't be able to be like the 245th ranked player in the world and make a couple $1 million by finishing dead last in some, some event in, I don't know, London or wherever it was. The last one was. I don't agree with that stuff at all. I'm with you. Did you pit Fitzpatrick, by the way?
I did not. I
thought you did. I thought you were one of the ones that did. Yeah, I didn't either. No. He was not one of my 6.
No, I had McIlroy, I had Zalatoris for a top 5.
That'd have been awesome.
So that
worked
so you
out. Cast there. Good.
Yeah, I got Zalatoris. Well, my thing is I just keep picking him top 5, top 10. He's going to win one eventually, but he's always there, right?
Yep. He's a great young player. Yep. I felt bad for him. I really wanted that putt to go in, maybe force a playoff at least. I mean, no offense to Fitzpatrick, but
no offense to Fitzpatrick, but you saw the angst on Zalatoris' face in the post.
Yeah,
the post round. I almost called it post game. It's post round.
Yeah, that's okay.
Rory finished outside the top 10, so I didn't hit that. I was trying to get Rory in the top 10 again. That didn't work out. But hey, good for Fitzpatrick. It's always my only problem with him winning is, you see what Scotty Scheffler said this week. Scheffler basically just, kind of made it like, I'll win it next year, kind of almost like poo-pooing Fitzpatrick winning. And it's like, let the guy have his moment, man.
Yeah. I guess he wanted to throw him a bone, so to speak. Yeah.
I mean, no one's taking the green jacket away from Danny Willett. Let him have his moment,
Yeah, that's true. Very good. Yep. So I'm impressed with your Masters knowledge there.
Listen, don't be too impressed. I remember bits and pieces of things. I don't remember everything. Right. Okay. I know enough to be dangerous, not enough to be an expert. So
there you go.
It's like my Spanish. Anyway, really quick before I let you go, what are your thoughts on Rory McIlroy becoming like the guy who's like pounding the table for like the PGA Tour and the anti-live guy? Like he's turned into like every press conference, he's just like shredding these guys, like Koepka. Like he shredded him. He said Koepka's duplicitous and he's a liar today.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised. Rory's more of a I don't know, kind of I always struck me as kind of an easygoing guy. I mean, a fun guy to be around. But I'm impressed with him. He's kind of matured over the years as he's become more of the face of golf. And golf needs people like that. They need somebody to step forward and take a stand that may not necessarily be popular or the right thing to say, but he's not afraid to speak his mind. And I'm happy to see him do that. The PGA Tour needed a star player to step up and have their back, and I'm glad that Rory did it.
Yeah, I mean, it's Rory, it's your guy John Rahm with his mic
Mhm.
drop comments. There are some of the guys who are stepping up. There's reports out there that Tiger turned down 9 figures. Greg
Right.
Norman was apparently unhappy that Tiger said no to money. Which
Yeah.
if you're Tiger Woods, how much more money do you need? I mean,
Yeah, really.
you're
I was
a
really worried
billionaire.
that Morikawa was going to jump over, but apparently he's not, and I'm glad
Yeah.
to see that. They need the young guys to stay around too.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to keep him. And, of course, we're still talking golf because the Phillies are losing 4-2, and I don't want to talk about that. So.
Oh, jeez. Again. Okay. Well, I can't say again. They've been playing pretty well, but yeah.
Yeah, well, they haven't beaten the Texas Rangers in 8 games. So
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Like what the most random useless stat of my life is when I found out that the Phillies have lost 8 straight to the Rangers.
Yeah.
Today. I was just like, okay, sure.
Well, it's like 8 straight over like 35 years, but it's okay.
Right, exactly. They don't play every year. They're in a different league, for goodness sake.
Right.
By the way, really quick before I let you go, what is your position on interleague? Like, do you hate it? Do you like it? Do you don't care?
No, I like it. I do. I like to see them intermingle and give fans, like Phillies fans get a chance to see Yankees, Rangers, what have you. Once every year you get a different team, I guess every year. So it's
different division, yeah.
Yeah, different division. I'm sorry, yeah. And I think it's a nice breakup. I like it. It's just like the NFL playing, NFC East plays the NFC West, AFC West one year, AFC North next year. I think it breaks up the monotony. I enjoy it. How about you?
I wish there was more emphasis on the regional stuff. Like, I feel like every year the Phillies and Yankees should play, for example.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Like, I feel like those things are important. Like, maybe that's the college football fan in me. Like, I'm a big believer in, like, the regional rivalries matter. Like, the 2 biggest rivalries of baseball are, like, the Cubs and Cardinals and the Red Sox and Yankees, So
Right.
for me, it's like, I'm less interested if the Phillies play the entire AFC West than if I get, like, the East Coast teams involved.
Okay, I gotcha. Although, I mean, just selfishly, I kind of enjoy seeing, like, Mike Trout come to Philly every few years, but I can see your point there. Yeah, the more regional interest, the more bigger rivalries, the more interest you're going to get. That's for sure. Yep.
Well, I mean, if baseball was smart, they would just schedule Mike Trout's Angels every year versus the Phillies and be done with it.
The Angels, yeah, that's true. Yep.
I mean, football does that in college and the NFL. They're like, you're playing so and so every year because, well, that's what makes money.
Yep. Very true. Yep. Puts butts in the seats.
I mean, there's 162 games, Dave. It's not like they don't have options.
Right. Do you really need to play the Marlins 75 times? I mean,
yeah. Do you really need to play the Texas Rangers? By the way, I hate the 2-game series. I hate it.
Yeah,
baseball is 3 or 4.
Yep, absolutely. I agree there.
I mean, whose dumb idea was, the Phillies are going to play the Rangers for 2 games and then they're going to go to San Diego for 4. Like, what?
Yeah, that's idiotic. Yep, I'm with you there.
All right, I'm going to get off my soapbox. I'll let you go. Dave Weinberg at Dave Weinberg 19 on Twitter. Extra point columns at 973ESPN.com. And he showed up playing hurt today here on a Weinberg Wednesday. Dave, best wishes in his full recovery, and we'll talk soon.
Thanks, Josh. I appreciate you having me. Talk to you next week.
Josh Hennig here on Game Night on 97.3 ESPN FM and 97.3 ESPN mobile app, powered by First Bank of Seattle City. Back to hear what you guys have to say on the other side. Text board is open, 609-403-0973, and you can DM the show through the 97.3 ESPN mobile app, powered by First Bank of Seattle City. And those 2 modes of getting hold of the show are your ways to qualify for the Atlantic City Seafood and Music Festival at Atlantic City's Bader Field this weekend. Saturday and Sunday, all the festivities begin at 11 a.m. There's something for everyone. For kids, there's games and rides and face painting. For adults, there's music and beer gardens at the Atlantic City Seafood and Music Festival this weekend. Your chance for a 4-pack of tickets. All you got to do to qualify is text it at 609-403-0973 or DM the show through the 97.3 ESPN mobile app, powered by First Bank of Seattle City, your name and your email address, and you could win a 4-pack of tickets to the Atlantic City Seafood and Music Festival this weekend, thanks to 97.3 ESPN.
It's the Stanley Cup Final on Sports USA, and in nature and in hockey, powerful forces collide. The Avalanche and Lightning are in a battle for supremacy on the ice and a chance to hoist the Stanley Cup. Tampa Bay can strike quick with Stamkos and Palat. Colorado brings a trio of threats in McKinnon, Kidry, and Makar. It's Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Final in Tampa. Today, as the Lightning host the Avalanche on your home for the Stanley Cup Final, Sports USA.
Coverage begins at 7:30 on 97.3 ESPN.
Plan your summer vacation now. Spirit Airlines is offering nonstop flights from Atlantic City International Airport to Boston, Atlanta, San Juan, Miami, and other exciting destinations. Book your low-cost flights today by visiting spirit.com.
What's all the buzz about cleaning your nose, nasal hygiene, and Navage? The science is simple. Your nose is the body's air filter for trapping allergens and viruses, but it's not perfect. Like washing your hands and brushing your teeth, it's time to start cleaning your nose too. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril to the back of the nose where most germs and viruses multiply, then flushes them out the other nostril before they reach your lungs. My name's Martin Hoke, and I didn't invent nasal irrigation. It's been around thousands of years. I did invent Navage to make it easy for everyone. In less than 30 seconds, you can clean your nose. And because it's all natural and drug-free, it's safe to use Navage every single day. Are you ready to join nearly 3 million people who use Navage to breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier? At Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Bed Bath, and Target. Navage, Navage, clean nose, healthy life.
The future will be amazing, and that's all well and good. But what about today? You can feel the rush of a 400 horsepower Nissan Z, or climb to new heights in the all-terrain Nissan Frontier. Light up the road in the all-electric Nissan Ariya that feels like a sci-fi dream come true. The future will be great, but today is made for thrill. All you have to do is get in a Nissan and drive. 2023 Ariya and Z not yet available for purchase. Expected availability is this spring for 2023 Z and this fall for 2023 Ariya.
First, we decide where we want to go. Then we need to know the best way to get there. Hi, my name's Adam Barada. I'm the owner of Advantage Gold. We're the highest rated precious metals firm in the country. We teach people how to own physical gold and silver. Now, we've won the Best of TrustLink Award 4 years in a row because we educate our clients on how to buy gold and silver the right way. We don't pay celebrity spokespeople millions of dollars. We'd rather pass that value on to you. Call 800-900-8000 and speak with one of our experts. We'll send you a free gold kit along with my latest #1 national best-selling book, The Great Devaluation. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000. Get the best information, the best process, the best service, the best value. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000. Call 800-900-8000.
Belle Plaine Supply Gun Center is the only place to purchase all of your hunting and shooting needs. They're full-line Browning dealers, stocking a large selection of ammunition and firearms. Being hunters and shooters themselves is especially helpful to guide customers to make just the right selection. With the largest selection of Browning products and over 40 years of experience, a courteous sales and service staff await the first-time buyer, as well as the experienced hunter and shooter. Make your way to Belle Plaine Supply Gun Center, South Jersey's largest Browning dealer.
O'Reilly. Get ready for summer vacation now at O'Reilly Auto Parts with up to a $15 gift card after mail-in rebate when you purchase select Superstart batteries. With the power, performance, and reliability your vehicle demands, Superstart batteries are made to deliver long life and consistent starts. Superstart batteries only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
97.3 ESPN and TracFone Wireless want to share ideas with you for enjoying the great outdoors in South Jersey. Here are some popular outdoor ideas this spring. How about taking a walk on the Ocean City, Atlantic City, or Wildwood boardwalks? Or check out the perfect place to watch a sunset. How about the Point in Longport or the Cove in Brigantine? Brought to you by TracFone Wireless. Now you're in control.
Tracy, line 1 is looking for a quote on a mini split.
Crazy spring temperatures are heating up DeWitt HVAC phone lines.
Next week we're booked solid.
If they don't find more technicians, they'll be in hot water.
How are we down 3 technicians in the past 3 weeks?
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Earn up to $500 in sponsored job credits by interviewing on Indeed. Visit Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome to Total Wine and More. I'm on cooler duty this weekend. Fill it up with seltzers and canned cocktails. Oh, wow, great prices. Love what you find at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly, B21.
Zero down, zero down, zero down toward the purchase of any new or certified pre-owned Nissan at Matt Blatt Nissan.
Oh, yeah, it's on at Matt Blatt Nissan.
It's on at Matt Blatt Nissan. Stuck in a loan or lease? AJ the Trademan can get you released even if you owe thousands more than it's worth. Just because you don't see your Matt Blatt Nissan on the lot doesn't mean you can't drive it home tomorrow with zero down and 1.9% financing, even on certified pre-owned. And don't forget, AJ the Trademan will get you more for your trade, so you can drive a brand new Nissan. And of course, the Matt Blatt Nissan Peace of Mind 4-day love it or leave it return policy. Only at MattBlattNissan.com. On approved Tier 1 credit through NEMAT. Negative equity will be refinanced into new vehicle plus tax tag and $479 fee. Offers can't be combined. Call 877-289-6670 or go to MattBlattNissan.com for complete details. Offer ends 7/3/2022. It's on at Matt Blatt Nissan on the Black Horse Pike in Egg Harbor Township.
Now, more Game Night with Josh Hennig on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
Game Night being brought to you by the Atlantic City Seafood and Music Festival at Atlantic City's Bader Field this Saturday and Sunday starting at 11 a.m. each day. And, of course, you can win a 4-pack of tickets to go this weekend. Just let me know if you want to go Saturday or Sunday when you text in to 609-403-0973 or you DM the show through the 97.3 ESPN mobile app powered by First Bank of Seattle City with your name and your email address. Just let me know which day you want to go this weekend for the Atlantic City Seafood and Music Festival at Atlantic City's Bader Field. Couple of minutes left in the show. First, I want to get to you guys' thoughts and comments. A couple of thoughts on the Phillies over at 609-403-0973. Phillies still losing 4-2 in the top of the 8th inning to the Rangers. Yes, if they lose today, they will have lost 9 straight to the Rangers. I never thought I'd say that out loud, but there we go. Dan in EHT says, JT Real can't hit Muto, does it again. Also, how about the great Nick Castellanos swinging on a third strike to practically roll to the plate? He can't stay in the lineup. Come on, Rob Thompson. Well, a couple things. First of all, you can't take Nick Castellanos out of the lineup. You don't give the guy $100 million to bench him, okay? He's having a tough streak, but, you know, he's not all bad, okay? In terms of JT Realmuto, look, JT actually hit well last night. You know, don't let one game dilute your ability to look at this team rationally, okay? Are they not hitting right now? Yes. But I don't think Realmuto and Castellanos deserve all the blame per se, as Rhys Hoskins legs out a single. I never thought I'd say that either. I mean, Hoskins beat that throw to first base. How about them apples? But look, the thing with Castellanos is that, is he disappointing? Yes. Okay. Is he batting way below what he did last year? Batting average wise? Yes. On base percentage? Definitely. But it's not like it's been all bad for him this year. You know, here's to me the bigger problem with Castellanos, okay? For the month of June alone, he is batting .282. So he's batting better this month than the year as a whole. The problem is he has no home runs this month. So he's getting hits, but the strikeouts are too much. No home runs, 8 RBI, 7 walks, 282 batting average. 282 on base percentage. It's just not good. Okay. to me, that's the problem. It's not that he's a horrible hitter. They take him out of the lineup. The problem with Castellanos is he's lost himself. You want to say Rob Thompson, take him out of the lineup for one game? All right, sure. But not altogether. I think that's irrational. Like I said, JT hit fine last night. To me, the problem with Castellanos is the on-base percentage. It's not the hitting per se. You know, there's a lot of these sluggers wow, Bryce Harper splintered that bad. All right, I got to get out of here. Stanley Cup Finals Game 4 tonight, 7:30 p.m. is the coverage here on 97.3 ESPN.
You have the choice, whether it's going out to dinner or ordering takeout at a local restaurant or buying that new outfit from a local boutique. Those choices help to put money back into your community. And Town Square Media South Jersey puts a spotlight on local businesses. Made Anew Home Remodeling. Make your dreams a reality. MadeAnewHomeRemodeling.com. Dr. Lyle M. Back for everything skincare to cosmetic surgery. Go to ILoveLyleBack.com. Comfort Now by Bob McAllister. Improve the comfort in your home. Call 609-400-1005 and ask about discounts, rebates, and incentives. Online, IWantComfortNow.com. Maurice Piers. For tickets and passes, visit MauricePiers.com. East Coast Roofing, Siding, and Windows serves all of South Jersey. If you call, they'll show up. Call East Coast today at 609-646-1444. Online at eastcoastroofing.com. Thank you for supporting your local businesses from Town Square Media, South Jersey.